The gate 4, youthful folly. The energy to beguile and succeed despite ignorance. Freedom from retribution. This is the type of line which says, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me, The whole business of the fourth gate is to come up with answers, to come up with business answers, business formulas, success formulas, and the selling of the certainty of those formulas, and all of that is all of that goes with this. But the third line here is a line of irresponsibility. The thing is, formulas have problems. So what the third line says, the general refusal to apply oneself diligently when one can get by with much less effort, where art is more valued than the artist, the potential to enjoy the formulas with no regard to their practical application. So this is really a problem, that the nature of being is that we are synthetic. It used to be one of Ra's dilemmas about the nature of running any enterprise, like being a freak, he said. I have my unique, irresponsible way of running an enterprise. And yet, at the same time, there are all kinds of formulas, some of which logically we can look at and say, yeah, all right, they work. And at others we look and if we look logically, the judgmental system will say no. But the reality is that the formulas tend to take on disproportionate value. They're not about life. They are about trying to see patterns of how life will work. But they're not about life themselves. Awareness is about life, but not formula. In the business sense, coming up with formula, even though the formula is magical in its correctness, in the sense that the potential of the formula can be seen if everything is absolutely according to what has to be, we human beings are irresponsible. The formula can be perfect, but we are faulty. And most of people just don't care. And slowly the formulas get corrupted because life steps in. And this is the dilemma when the art is more important than the artist. It's like, okay, here is what the pattern's going to be. But you see, if the formula lays out the pattern, who is going to paint it? The formula does not paint it. The people have got to paint it, right? The client has got to paint it. And if you don't see them, if you do not feel them, if you do not recognize what's there, human beings in a process, you are going to have to deal with a real shock, because the formula, despite the fact that it works, sometimes it doesn't, because they did not count on that emotional person. And they don't know how to deal with that. It is not in the formula. And the emotional person saying, oh, hell with your formula, and then you end up with all kinds of dilemmas, because the problem is not that the formula was invalid. The formula was devoid of life. This is one of the things about business plans. Business plans are all very nice, but they are rarely people plans. And they have to be both. It's one of the things you get to see in anything through this knowledge, is that you get to see the fundamental binary. It cannot be one or the other. It has to be both of them that forms something that is greater than the sum of its parts. It's like, you don't forget to make plans. You come up with formulas. But put the human person into consideration and be flexible, because the plans, a lot of times, they do not work or they change. That's why awareness is at the top of my list.